11:05. Hi, a very good morning, all of you. So happy Sunday. So before we proceed with our session, do confirm the streaming and audio. If everything is fine, we can start and go ahead with today's topic. Can we enjoy our preparation? We're talking especially about the preparation before the exam. So is it a no or is it an yes? So we'll start with this question, and also in the meantime, I've taken some feedback from my students regarding the same from your seniors or from your friends, and I'll be reading out some of the messages which are given by you guys. So this session is all about your answers to this particular question. So before we proceed, do confirm the streaming and audio. Okay. Ayushu says, of course not. In the title of this video, if you observe, can we enjoy preparation? The first thing that comes to our mind is no, because preparation is very hectic. There is a lot to study. We have to spend hours together. And some people are even studying for 16 to 18 hours and even 20 hours per day. So, I mean, it's very stressful job, right? So the first answer which we come across or which we stumble upon is no. Or is it yes? So that's something which we'll discuss, and I'll leave the question unanswered, and it's up to you to decide whether it's yes or no. Okay? Okay, okay, right. So all good. That's wonderful to hear. So first and foremost, as I said, I'll be going through some of the replies given by our students in regard to this question. In fact, I've asked them mention or list out at least a minimum of five ways or methods in which you can enjoy or which you are enjoying your preparation currently. So I'll not be reading out any names, okay, because those were sent to me personally. So I'm not going to read out any names, but I'll be reading out only the context and the relevant point. Okay, shall we proceed? Okay, so let me start with some messages. So first and foremost, one of the students says, I mean, even you can answer, of course. So can you enjoy preparation? Yes. How? No. You can cite some reasons. Because as I said, the first thing that comes across our mind is no, preparation is something which is a complex phenomena. It involves a lot of competition and all, as we discussed prior. So the answers or the replies which I received are the following. One of the students says comfortable environment. So when you have comfortable environment, right? So obviously, you prepare well, you can enjoy your preparation. But what does comfortable environment mean? So that's something which is up to us to decide. So comfortable environment. So definitely, it helps us to enjoy our preparation. And the second point which the student says is a use of colorful study materials like sticky notes, etc. So what do you say? So in fact, this is my favorite as well. When you have sticky notes, of course, it's colorful. When you have colors in life, when you have colors for your visual perception, it's definitely a good feeling. So even during your preparation, that's the reason why I keep on highlighting the importance of using different markers or sticky notes so that it brings a new life into your preparation for sure. Take my word. I mean, if you observe the assignments which are submitted by our students or by you guys, every Sunday I'll be posting some notes as well. So if you observe, you'll find different colors with different illustrations. So definitely using sticky notes or any colored study material definitely helps you to enjoy your preparation. And drawing pictures according to my imagination, that's good. Illustrations. And definitely illustrations are a means through which you can really simplify your preparation and further enjoy it. It can be tables, it can be any artwork, any form of illustration, flow charts, right? And adding cartoonistic pages. Okay, watching videos of topics, image related to the topic, and some friends which clear the doubts irrespective of stream. In fact, friends do play a very important role. So the student says, irrespective of the stream, they clear the doubts. So I'm sure they are general doubts. Definitely, friends play a very important role, a very motivating role, and also the other possibility can be there. So if one of the friends gets gets demotivated. So it's definitely contagious, isn't it? Okay, thank you. So, anyways, I'll go ahead with your comments, but before that, let me complete this. And another student says you can enjoy preparation by minimizing stress. So, different techniques to minimize stress, creative ways of learning topics, dividing the day into different short study sessions so that one is even one is okay. So dividing the day into different study sessions so that even if one session is missed, we do not get depressed. Having proper diet, adequate rest, and sleep. So this is something which is very basic and essential. Proper nutrition, a good diet coupled with sleep definitely enhances your overall productivity, and it in turn helps you to enjoy your preparation. And also, another important, interesting point which the student makes is dividing your day into multiple sessions. So, if that's the case, even if you miss one session, maybe you can compensate that study in the next session, or you'll have multiple sessions to, get the task done. That's good. Another student says, when I'm trying to understand some concepts, I pretend as if I'm teaching someone. So, this is another important strategy which you can implement. You can either teach it to your friends or teach it to your family members. It doesn't matter. But placing yourself in teaching position helps you, master that particular concept. Good. And changing the place more often, more frequently, like study room, balcony, dining table, etc. So this study place location is again very, very important. Because when you sit at a particular place, there is a chance that you might get demotivated or passivated, leading to demotivation. So switching your places or switching to new places definitely, again brings up some life into your preparation, and that helps you, at least sustain your preparation. And after completing the allotted work, I reward myself by watching my favorite shows on TV or short films, etc. So you can reward yourself. So that's something again which keeps you going. To learn dry concepts, I make my own stories, and most importantly, I do not worry about results. That's good. And another student says having interest in subject. So this is something which is the prerequisite. I mean, if you don't develop interest, or if you don't have interest, obviously you're not going to enjoy it. It can be a game, or it can be anything in life for that matter. Only when you have that interest, you'll have the propensity to work and to enjoy what you're doing. So, how do you develop interest when you try to understand what's in there, and when you try to understand its importance and significance in your personal and professional life? So, that's a very interesting point. Having interest in subject, setting specific goals for a day. So, this is something which keeps you active and keeps you going. Daily targets, weekly targets in the form of complaints report, right? And taking necessary breaks. So when you do anything continuously, obviously you'll feel demotivated and you feel like giving up. But when you take strategic breaks, periodic breaks, at least you can sustain. And with positive distractions, again, you can get back to your task at hand. Changing methods of studying, like changing places, reading loudly, reading while walking from videos, practicing MCQs, etc. That's good. Mnemonics, tables, flowcharts, and notes. So different modes of preparation will enable you enjoy what you're doing, rather than routinely going with a monotonous way of preparation of either practicing MCQs or reading theory, which most of us resort to. Good. And another student says, this preparation journey is full of ups and downs. I'm sure that student is online now, but very excited. The preparation journey is full of ups and downs. I'm very excited. This is the best phase of my life. I don't know what the result will be, but I know one thing during each day of this phase, that I'll be learning something. I'll be gaining something valuable. The things I like during this phase are: number one, waking up early in the morning and having my notes with cup of tea in fresh air, loving reading standard textbooks, making notes and watching e-classes videos, finding you as a teacher my guide, and studying each day making me one step closer towards my dream. So the bottom line is it's all about your perception. You can consider this as a sort of punishment, your preparation phase, or you can consider this as an opportunity, as an opportunity to master and further your professional career, isn't it? So this is all about perception. When you have the right perception, everything falls in place. So this is an opportunity. This preparation phase is an opportunity. And when you have an opportunity, obviously, are you not excited about it? So obviously, when you're excited, don't you think you're going to enjoy this preparation phase? And the student says she loves reading, she or he loves reading from standard textbooks, because from standard textbooks you get authentic information, and when you have the right concepts, there is no turning back, there is no looking back, right? So that's the power you have, that's the power you derive by referring standard literature, which we keep on highlighting, and waking up early in the morning, enjoying a fresh cup of tea, and then studying. So these are something which have to be perceived, only then you'll know the importance of it. Making notes, that's again something which is important. Most importantly, each and every day is one step. Through each and every day, I'm going one step closer towards my dream. So this is a matter of perception. So when you perceive in a right way, when you perceive in a positive way, as I said, everything falls in place. And let me just pause here for a moment. I'm sure there are some comments. Okay, Ayushi seems to be on fire, dropping so many comments. I'll get back to you, Ayushi. And Urvi says, uh, I'm sorry, I've just read the name of the student, but it's okay. By visualization technique, by meditation, and preparing myself for the whole day schedule before starting the day with studies. So this is a very powerful tool. I mean, when you visualize things in a positive way, in fact, I've been going through a new book, Think and Grow Rich, in which they clearly state that if in your mind there will be only place for either positive or negative. There are some positive affirmations and there are negative affirmations. I'll discuss them in the next session if you are interested. So when you think of a positive affirmation that for example, I can do my best, I'm excited, so that's the positive affirmation. And when you have that positive affirmation, you will have no scope for negative affirmation in your mind. That means negative affirmation, for example, I'm worried, I'm tensed, I don't know if I'll succeed or not. So when you have positive affirmation, there will be no place for negative affirmation. You cannot be happy and sad at the same time, in simple words. So you do have a choice. The point here is you guys do have a choice. We all do have a choice. When we have positive affirmations, when we think positive, there will be no scope for negativity. So why choose negativity and displace positivity when you have the chance to do otherwise? So that's something which you all should, I think, and decide accordingly. So visualization technique, using various methods of visualization, you can plan your day ahead, and if you feel good, you'll do good, and that's a kind of reciprocation. Doing yoga early morning helps me relieve stress, exam stress, etc. Focusing on MC principle on daily basis and achieving daily goals. So minimum criteria principle or MC principle is something which we discussed exclusively in one live session previously. You can refer to that. It helps you take off all the stress off your shoulders and helps you achieve your minimum goals on daily or weekly basis as per your choice. Playing with cousins, chit chat, retrograde method of studying in weekends, etc. So these are some ways in which one of the student says that she or he is enjoying his or her preparation. And then finally, I think I still have two more or three more notes. So finally, another student says, changing platforms or changing study places, which we discussed prior, thinking of consequences of success and imagining it. So that's what I've been trying to highlight. So when you think of success, when you visualize in a positive sense, then obviously there is no scope for negativity. And in fact, you're sending very powerful stimuli to your subconscious mind. You're implanting positive ideas in your subconscious mind, and you'll eventually succeed. Take my word. and short durations of study. So this is another strategy which you can implement rather than sitting 5 to 6 hours at a stretch or 1 to 2 hours at a stretch. 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40-minute sessions, short study sessions will definitely help you maintain that enthusiasm during your preparation, discussing with friends various topics. So that's another interesting and exuberant way of learning. And imagining the topics of diseases as real cases by applying them to friends sounds funny but works out. That's good. And also, another student says, I like completing assignment work by referring standard books. In fact, we have been trying to give you assignments every week for the very same reason. And I'm glad the student tells the same. So, assignment is all about referring standard literature and making notes. So, when you're doing assignments, you'll be completing two important essential tasks which helps you in enjoying your preparation, that is, referring standard textbooks and notes preparation. And lively interaction, which is also lovely. So, some students have been telling that live sessions and Zoom interactive sessions. And of late, we have introduced debate Ramakas. So these lively interactions are definitely bringing more joy, uh, especially in my life personally and professionally. I have some fixed hours for Wednesday and Thursdays discussion only time. So the student also talks about study club discussions. That's good. If at all I'm not in a mood to open book, I can just see the videos and listen to them, right? So different modes of preparation to enjoy the format and to get going, right? And so many times I like to take positive distractions to not get or to not to get distracted or to come back on track. So positive distractions like cooking or artistic work or watering plants or having a lovely interaction with your loved ones. So these in positive distractions will help you stay motivated during your preparation. And another student says, first and foremost, the objective of preparation should be based on knowledge. When you know what it is, we'll start loving the way it is. So when you try to understand what's given and what you're trying to learn, so when you understand the essence of it, obviously you'll start enjoying it. And objective of a test series should be that we should come across different topics which we have missed while reading. So this is another interesting point. Like when you come across several new topics, most of us are panicked because we are under assumption that we don't know, so we'll fail in exam. But when you're practicing questions, when you're coming across several important topics, leave about the exam. Don't you think you're learning something from them? Don't you think that's going to help you in your professional career, either in clinical practice or in your academic profession in future? So that's something which we all need to consider. And get yourself away from rat race. Compare yourself with yesterday, not with others. So that's another interesting point the student says. So when you stop comparing yourself with others, I mean, when you compare yourself with others, it's like you're insulting self. So when you compare your yesterday with today, and you just keep going in that particular mode, you'll eventually progress without any stress, and you'll start enjoying your progress, in fact. And don't look up to anything. Nothing is more complicated than human brain. Okay, believe in yourself. So that's very interesting. Good. So these are some of the inputs I received, and one final note which I have from the students: 5 years of enjoying preparation, search motivational videos, quotes, Telegram sessions, Zoom sessions, breakfast sessions, dinner sessions, cumulative tests. Dentistry is my passion. So these are some of the things which I wanted to read because these are from you, right? So now, if you look into the question again, can we enjoy preparation? So, what do you say? Let me go through your comments. So, very good morning, first of all, each and everyone. So, Aishi says it's definitely not good. No, we cannot enjoy. And also, Aishi says it's very depressing. You know why it's depressing? Because in a rat race, We are more worried about the position rather than what we are learning. And when we are worried about the position, even if you come first, you will be under constant stress because you don't know what might happen in the next competition. So, when unfortunately, with a rat race mindset, which we are all into, because of several reasons, let's not discuss them, but unfortunately, the end result is we're not enjoying what we are preparing. The end result is, as you rightly said, most of us are landing in depression because we are under a stress to perform. And if we don't come first, it's like we are fit for nothing. That's how, very unfortunately, students are being projected in the current scenario. I agree. So, what do you think we can do? So, there are certain things which I read out based on the inputs from my students. What do you think you should do to overcome this? Naveen, yes, enthusiasm to know new things keeps us enjoying and going. Nothing great was ever achieved without enthusiasm, as Ralph Waldo Emerson rightly said. Enthusiasm is something which enables you to enjoy the process, and that's how you'll eventually see success. Take my word. Good, Naveen. Aisha says, we can enjoy preparation if you teach anyone like a game. Mhm. That's very interesting. Yes, Narendra, I really appreciate for sending the keywords. You can drop a mail at proudtobedentist@gmail.com. We'll definitely consider reviewing them and also we'll post them in YouTube accordingly, right? Discussion videos. And also, Ayushi talks about natural light of sun. So, we take it for granted, but wake up after a very good night's sleep. Uh, See if you can get any natural sunlight in place where you stay, right in your home. And when you get exposed to this natural light, natural sunlight, it's a very energizing feeling. I mean, it's a very, very good feeling. In fact, I would say that would be a perfect start to your day, right? Thank you, Ayushi. And chat should be hang on wall to memorize it. You're talking about charts? Okay, that's good. Now, don't tell me you have charts all over your washroom, okay? Because I've done that previously during my UG or before my UG. I used to, I'm sure most of you might have done the same, posting or pasting all charts in walls of our washrooms so that we can memorize certain values. I mean, if you're doing it out of interest, out of pure enthusiasm, that's fine. But if you're doing it out of compulsion, I've done it out of compulsion previously. And frankly speaking, I never enjoyed it. It was more burdensome looking at those charts and, constant stress, unnecessary stress, I would say. Shahab, I'm first at BDS, sir. Give some tips to remember anatomy and dental anatomy. Sir, मुझको कुछ याद नहीं रहता from Kashmir. Shahab, just get back through mail at proudtobedentist@gmail.com. We'll definitely provide you guidance. Okay. As I said, you take any memory-based topics or you take any topics which are purely, information-based. I mean, we can have concept-based, memory-based, so many aspects to a subject, especially subjects like anatomy, dental anatomy, where you have or where the studying is through looking at images or looking at certain practical aspects. The best way to study these subjects is to practice diagrams. If you're talking about the morphological features of tooth or teeth, why do you do carving? Right? So you'll get familiarized with all the morphological aspects, and that helps you register various important elements pertaining to your dimensions or teeth in your mind very firmly. So that's the very reason why you carve, that's the very reason why you dissect. But when it comes to study, along with practicality, along with the practical approach which we discussed now, drawing images, making illustrations in the form of tables, flowcharts will definitely help you, including mnemonics. They will help you to understand and memorize the subject for a long time, right? Anyways, do get back through mail. And I'm really glad you're joining from Kashmir, and I'm glad you have internet over there now. Yes, Anamika. Anamika is talking about tips to study. Okay, so learn in daytime and revising this next morning is very helpful. That's very true. I mean, I personally used to follow this. No matter what I studied throughout the day, just before I used to sleep, I used to just go through the entire content which I had studied in that particular day, glance for around 15, 20 minutes, especially before sleep. When you go through all the content or when you revise just before sleep, you're actually trying to imprint that information in your mind very firmly. And as I discussed previously, it helps you better process all that memory in your sleep. If you do this, especially before you sleep, right? Even early morning, that's a very good time where you feel fresh and where you can really focus on, acquiring as much information as possible, least distracted time, early morning. Renuka, since texts in standard textbooks are huge, what should be the approach to complete it? Allot maximum time possible. That's the only way. Do not resort to any guides. Guides promise you ready-made material and they promise you information just like that, but no. Because that's very misleading. It doesn't give you the right picture. So that if the text is more, it means you have to spend more time. That's all I would say. And for suppose you take one topic like hypertension from Davidson, right? The topic is very huge. In fact, we had a discussion on YouTube live as well. Once you refer that textbook, it's a very huge text. There is a lot of content to go through. And once you go through the entire content, underline certain important points, use sticky notes, make notes accordingly. That's it. You'll do it just once. And second time when you go through the same text, it hardly takes you any time. So investment of time is very important when you're going to standard textbooks. And I don't think there is any replacement for the same. There are no shortcuts, frankly, because science is it's ever evolving and it's very huge. We should accept that. And the only solution to this, which I see, frankly, is by allotting more time towards or devoting more time towards going through that literature. Renuka? Hi, Harsha. Aparna, how to stay away from negativity of being fail when we are not able to complete daily goals? These kinds of thoughts disturb so much. So when you're getting disturbed, Arpana, when you're getting affected, when you're feeling negative, please do answer this question. Is that in any way going to help you progress? Or is going to help you in any way to enjoy your preparation? So definitely the answer is no. So this negativity and demotivation definitely will not help us move forward and further our goals and objectives. So the only option which we have, and I personally feel the only option which we have to choose is the other side of the coin. If you're worried about not meeting your daily requirements or daily goals, review your daily goals once again and see that you're setting them within the practical limits based on your time availability. So, again, review your schedule accordingly. But most importantly, as you say, staying away from negativity. So, which kind of negativity are you talking about? Your negativity or worried that you would fail? When you worry, we usually worry because of indecision, but when you start working, when you start taking decisions and when you start working, you'll no longer have worry. Even before giving the exam, if you're worried that you would fail, that's very unfortunate, right? You haven't even given the exam. So it's all about mind game. You are creating a psychological barrier for yourself. No one is stopping you from preparing. So that's something which you have to review. So review your daily targets and then don't worry about success or failure, because worrying about the end result will only add up stress to your preparation. Rather, the focus or the object of the very session is the same. Enjoy what you're doing and you'll have natural successful outcomes. Not by some random chance, but purely out of your choice. Take my word. Harsha is from Erapuram. It is so depressing and worried about future. What can I do now? Harsha, it might sound harsh when I say this, but we should mind our work in such a way that our focus is on the present task at hand. If you're worried about your future, it's a very good sign, because you're worried only because you're concerned. But as I said, worry comes out of inaction, worry comes out of indecision. So decide accordingly and take appropriate measures on day-to-day basis. Focus on the task at hand. Take my word, you have nothing to worry about your future. Just take my word. Good, Ayushi. Ayushi, sir, I would like to know about your struggle to achieve this position. Ayushi, I haven't struggled. There is no struggle whatsoever. This is, we see struggles and success only in movies. I had no struggle whatsoever. Everyone will have their own quantum of setbacks. So I had my own quantum of setbacks. I don't consider them as struggles. And without those struggles or without the so-called setbacks, you wouldn't be in the current position where you are. So I haven't really struggled. It's a perfect, smooth journey. I made sure I took care of it, right? So which aspect do you want to know? Which aspect of my life do you want to know? Yeah, starting from plus one, plus two. In fact, I shared an elaborate video on the same. You can refer my previous live session, my preparation experiences with truth. It's a frank talk, right? Exactly. Exactly. As Ayush says, science can be understood only by understanding it, not to go by shortcuts. In fact, we would love to have shortcuts, but to have a stronger foundation, you should definitely allot some resources, and time is a very valuable resource. In fact, when you're spending time on going through some literature, most of us might consider that as a waste of time, but it's a wise investment in time, right? I hope you got my point. Yes, Arpana says the negativity of worry happens subconsciously. So there are means through which you can overcome this, Arpana. Practical means. I can tell you right away one practical instance where you can overcome this. Just close your eyes and visualize yourself in a position where you wish to be. Just imagine you are the topper in the coming entrance. Seriously, close your eyes, imagine, and how does it make you feel? So use this positive stimuli. Tell yourself because your conscious mind, it's a master of your subconscious mind. So whatever inputs your conscious mind gives to your subconscious mind, that will eventually be played over and over again. So keep telling yourself that everything will be good, everything is good. And most importantly, as I said, try visualizing yourself in a position where you want to be repeatedly, over and over again. And practically review your daily targets, as I mentioned prior. It will be sorted out. Hi, Sandeep. Hello. Yes, Sandeep, I don't know the definition or because tough or easy, it's relative. In fact, I've seen students who said it's very easy to remember using certain techniques. It's very easy to remember via mnemonics. It's very easy to remember via making notes. It's very easy to remember via making flowcharts, etc. So when you resort to certain rote mode of learning, definitely it's the toughest. Definitely, I agree with you. Ipsita, sir, one thing I do, I make my weekly schedule to complete the topics, but always end up completing half of those routine. Ipsita, so it means you have to review your weekly targets. So use a complaints report and keep in touch. Will definitely guide you accordingly, right? So make sure that you're setting targets in a practically feasible way based on your time availability. For example, if you're allotting 3 to 4 hours per day, and if you have work which can be completed by only by allotting 6 to 8 hours per day, then obviously you'll end up completing almost nothing. So see to that you're setting targets in a practically feasible way, in an achievable way. That's what I'm talking about. So, anyways, Ipsita, use complaints report, see how you can track your preparation on daily and weekly basis, get back through mail for assistance. You will definitely be able to overcome your current challenge and you'll be able to finish all your weekly targets. Take my word. Because the reason why I've been elaborating on this is every week, even in our academy, we have daily tests, assignments, study club discussions, live sessions, and recorded videos as and when time availability permits. So these weekly targets will be met by students automatically because it's all about getting tuned to the process and making sure that whatever targets you lay down, they are practically feasible to fulfill or achieve. So ultimately, it comes to how you plan your day, how you plan your week. So that's the reason why I mentioned about complaints report. So check it out and get back for further assistance. Yes, Ayushi, definitely. In fact, I've discussed the same in one of the previous videos, as I mentioned. You can go through it and then you can get back through mail. And also, we'll definitely discuss that in the coming sessions as well. So what do you guys say? So let's conclude our session. The reason why I had this is the most common complaint which I often hear is preparation is very tough. As one of you said, preparation is very boring. Preparation is very challenging. It's like a rat race. If we don't come first or if we don't achieve a government seat, we are a failure. Nothing can be further from truth. No matter what the consequences or what the results are, keep all of them aside. Just focus on the task at hand. I'm not even asking you to enjoy the preparation. The session says, can you enjoy preparation? And we can debate. We can go on debating yes, no, whatever, right? So it's all subjective. But when you have right perceptions, you'll definitely enjoy it. That's for sure. But my point is, forget about the result. Most often, we screw our current time by thinking about something which is not in our hands or which had already passed. That is either past or future. But all I'm asking you is to focus on the task at hand. Just take care of your current time. If you are practicing a set of multiple choice questions now, see to that you're giving your best while doing it, right? The beauty of this is when you do anything mindfully, it can be anything in life. Take my word, it can be anything in life, even the things which you hate. If you do them mindfully, you'll start enjoying it. You'll definitely start enjoying it. So why not preparation, right? So that's something, as I said, I'll leave it unanswered. So can you enjoy preparation or not? It's definitely in our hands, right? So let's conclude our session. And I'm glad you guys joined live this Sunday. Happy Sunday. So just keep this consistency and enthusiasm going. Have the profoundness and experience. Work hard, work consistently, and most importantly, believe in yourself. This is all talk, but when it comes to practicality, use complaints reports. Focus on the task at hand. Rest is taken care of. I'm assuring you. The rest is taken care of. Focus on the task at hand, and you'll have natural, successful outcomes, not by some random chance or by luck, but purely by choice, by your choice. Take my word. Okay? So, and also those students who sent different ways to enjoy your preparation, I really appreciate your enthusiasm. Well done, and keep this consistency and the momentum going. So, wish you all the best. Love you all. And for any further queries or assistance, you're more than welcome to get back through mail 24 by 7. Right? Good night. I'm used to saying good night. So, anyways, since this is the last session of this week or the last session of the day, I think I can say good night. And Ayushi says, really enjoyed it. Another key aspect to enjoying a specific task is by active participation. So when you actively participate, you'll obviously enjoy it. So that's another point which you can consider in favor of the answer yes to the question, can we enjoy preparation? Okay. By the way, it's Sunday. I'm sure most of you are still in sleep, or most of you might have just woken up. So you can have your brunch and you can sleep again. So good night is more appropriate. Yeah, and we'll conclude with this beautiful quote which Kavita gives us. As Kavita says, the future, they say, belongs to those who believe in beauty of their dreams. Okay, okay, guys, take care.